Good evening, my unwavering warriors, my fierce and resilient survivors. The bruised, battered, and broken souls who've been forged in the fires of betrayal. Tonight is the night of reckoning. Let's speak the truth. They've been merciless, haven't they? The world has mocked your dreams, stolen your light, and crushed your spirit. They tore you apart not by accident, but for sport. The audacity, the cruelty. They played God, casting you as a puppet in their twisted game, reveling in their own malice. But let me ask you something. What happens when the puppet cuts its strings? When the one they tried to destroy rises stronger, unyielding, unstoppable. Tonight we rewrite the narrative. Tonight we talk about pain, not just any pain, your pain, the torment they turned into a cruel spectacle, the agony they paraded as a badge of their power. They laughed as you bled, reveled in your despair, and wore your suffering like a crown. Oh, how they laughed. But their laughter wasn't just mockery, it was fuel for your awakening. They didn't just hurt you, they stripped you bare, leaving scars in places you didn't even know could break. And there, in the shadows where they thought you'd remain, they left you, forgotten, alone, broken, or so they believed. But someone was watching. God was watching, and I know you've wondered why didn't he intervene? Why did he let them rip you apart? But you've misunderstood. God wasn't ignoring you, he was refining you. He wasn't punishing you, he was preparing you. Just as the sharpest blades are forged in the hottest flames, your soul was being tempered for a battle only you could fight. The strongest warriors are not born, they are made in storms that would annihilate the weak. And as for the villains of this tale, the ones who danced on your misery, who mocked your downfall, they're trembling now. Aren't they? Oh, they might not show it, but their reckoning is near. The very pit they dug for you has become their trap. The laughter they hurled at your suffering now echoes back, cold and hollow. Their power, once stolen from your pain, is slipping through their fingers like sand. Divine justice is poetic like that. The scales are balancing, not by human hands, but by the eternal power that rights all wrongs. The cruelty they wielded is now a curse that binds them. And you're rising. Can you feel it? That fire igniting in your chest, the surge of strength in your veins? That's not mere anger, it's purpose. That's not revenge, it's transformation. You are reborn from the ashes they thought would bury you. Your scars have become your armor, your pain, your power. They tried to crush you, but they didn't realize they were planting a seed. And now you are the storm. Look at yourself. Do you see it? The unshakable resolve in your eyes, the unbreakable spirit in your stride. They see it. Oh, they see it too. And do you know what they feel now? Fear. Because they can no longer control you. They can no longer break you. You've become the embodiment of their failure, the living proof that their malice could not destroy you. Every victory you claim, every step you take, every breath you draw, it's a dagger to their arrogance, a reminder that they've lost. But let's not stop here. Revenge? That's far too small a prize for a soul as mighty as yours. No, this is about evolution, growth, rising so high that their reach falters, their voices drown in your triumph. You don't need to sink to their level. Let them writhe in the silence of your indifference. Let them choke on the bitterness of their own regret. God is already dealing with their downfall. Your task? Rise so high they become a footnote in your story. Let them watch as you ascend beyond their comprehension, their mockery replaced by stunned silence, their pride crumbling into shame. Every step you climb is a symphony of defiance, every success a resounding declaration of their irrelevance. You are no longer their victim. You are their reckoning. You are their nightmare. And the most beautiful part, you don't need to destroy them, you only need to exist. This is your moment, your revolution. So soar. Shine. Become the storm that shakes their very foundations. The hour of truth has arrived and it belongs to you. And now, let me tell you something they'll never admit. The sight of your rise terrifies them more than anything else ever could. Because it forces them to confront a truth they've buried deep within their twisted hearts. They never had real power. Their control over you was a fragile illusion, the house of cards built on your pain. And now that you've shattered those chains, the illusion is crumbling. Their world, built on lies and cruelty, is falling apart, They can't handle the reality that the person they tried to destroy has become a force they cannot contain. Every move you make now is a declaration. You exist, you thrive, and they fade into irrelevance. They tried to write your story, but the pen was never theirs to hold. This is your story, one of defiance, resilience, and unstoppable growth. Their efforts to break you only served as the ink for your masterpiece. You are the author now, and your tale will echo far beyond their reach. Let them sit in their silence. Let them drown in their regret. You don't need their apologies, their excuses, or their feeble attempts at redemption. You've moved beyond all that. Forgiveness? That's for your peace, not their comfort. You carry no weight of their sins because you've turned their darkness into your light, and with every step forward, you're proving a truth they cannot deny. They did not win. Now, look at the horizon ahead. It's yours to claim. There's no limit to how far you can go, no ceiling to the heights you can reach. Let your ambition be boundless. Let your dreams be wild. The road ahead isn't easy, but you don't fear the struggle anymore. You've walked through fire, and you've come out as steel. Every challenge, every obstacle is just another chance to grow stronger, to climb higher. And when they look up and see you soaring, when the weight of their failure finally crushes their pride, they'll realize they never stood a chance. Because you weren't just a seed buried beneath the dirt of their malice. You were a force of nature, waiting to rise, waiting to bloom, waiting to conquer. So rise, my warrior. Rise until your presence alone shakes the very ground beneath their feet. Rise until the echoes of your triumph drown out the whispers of their cruelty. Rise, not just to defy them, but to fulfill the limitless potential that has always burned within you. Rise, because this world needs the storm you've become. This is your era. Your storm, and no one can stop it. But we're not done yet, are we? Oh no, this is just the beginning. The winds of your storm are only starting to howl, and the world is about to feel the full force of your transformation. You see, rising isn't just about reclaiming your power, it's about becoming something they never dared to imagine. It's about stepping into a version of yourself that radiates so brightly their shadows can't even touch it. Do you feel it? That shift in the air, that change in your heartbeat? It's not just confidence, it's certainty, the certainty that you were never meant to stay in the mud, never meant to bow to their cruelty, never meant to be confined by their small-minded schemes. You were destined for something far greater, something they could never grasp because their vision was always too narrow, too dim. But yours is infinite. Every step you take forward now is a step they will never recover from. Not because you seek revenge, but because your success is the loudest, most powerful response. They thought they broke you, but every triumph you claim is a roaring testament that they were wrong. They thought they silenced you, but now your voice carries the weight of 1,000 storms. They thought you would fade away, but now your light blinds them. But here's the most beautiful truth: you don't need their validation. You never did. Their opinions, their mockery, their cruelty, they hold no weight anymore. You've outgrown them. They are dust beneath your feet, remnants of a battle that only made you stronger. And as you rise higher, their cries of regret will be drowned out by the symphony of your success. Let them fade into the irrelevance they created for themselves. You have a legacy to build. And let's be clear, this isn't just for you. Your rise, your resilience, your fire, it's a beacon for every soul who has ever been where you've been. For every person who has been torn down, laughed at, and left in the dark. You are the living proof that the broken can heal, that the battered can stand tall, that the forgotten can become unforgettable. Your scars are maps of survival, your journey a guide for those who come after. So don't stop now. Keep climbing, keep fighting, keep soaring. The higher you rise, the more unstoppable you become. And when the world looks at you, let them see not just a survivor, but a warrior, a conqueror, a force of nature that cannot be contained. Let them tremble in awe of what you've become. Because this isn't the end of your story, it's the prologue. And the chapters ahead, they will shake the world to its core. Rise and let the world watch in silence as you claim what was always meant to be yours.